Hey everybody, welcome back to the Onioncast.
Welcome to Onion Trees.
Hey yo, I'm burping.
You're being way too quiet. What did they say? I told you to fucking
another episode
stifle it.
of the Onioncast featuring Charles's burps. And also our friend Aaron is here.
Hello, computer world.
No, that's weird.
That's right, I'm a computer world.
He's a little weird.
He's a lot weird.
Do you think cyberspace is weird?
Well, he's
real?
our friend, so it's okay.
Okay.
God,
Cyberspace is real. Cybercrimes are real.
Yeah, they are, aren't they?
No, they're not. They're fucking computer crimes. They're cyber crimes.
You can still be put in jail for them. Computers jail.
Computer jail? No!
They'll
I'm
lock
not
you.
going back to jail.
They'll lock you up
In prison for YouTube
Behind a
crimes.
firewall.
behind a firewall. and
No,
get
they
you.
just give you a fucking death sentence, but not giving you any fucking ad revenue.
give me a RAM.
It's the
Wow.
worst fate you can get on YouTube.
So
Wow.
anyways, Brett, what are we talking about today?
I thought we were just gonna bullshit.
What are we bullshitting about today, Brett?
What we do every day, Sam.
Were we supposed to have something
Random
specific?
things.
No.
Okay.
I just thought you'd have a topic lined up. Otherwise, I'm going to bust out a topic.
Bust one
And
up.
it's going to isolate 3 out of 5 of these people.
I
I want you and I to rank our favorite main JoJo's.
Ooh.
Oh.
Oh,
But I want us to start
all
from
y'all.
their least favorite to their most favorite.
I'll
Because
just
I
be your
have
creative
a funny feeling I know who your favorite is, but I don't think you know who my favorite is.
I don't know what my favorite is.
What the fuck?
He's going for a record.
You're gonna make me throw up.
Yeah, really stop this
You gotta
gross.
make me burp. I'm like feeling burpy now.
If we can do that. It's just mine will be weird because I don't really know that much all about Johnny and Gappy.
Well, I'm not that far into the JoJo's Bizarre Adventures either, but I do have an overall favorite.
You can use deduction to see if you like them or not, Brett.
Sam, you snap weird.
I can't even do it. There we go.
He can't do it on command.
It's like,
I can only snap with
Aaron.
one hand.
Sorry.
I was in musical theater. Do you really think you can outsnap me?
oh snap, here it comes. Oh shit, here we go again.
I can snap with all my fingers. I can snap with my thumbnails.
My number one's Dio.
You're not.
You're not completely
You're not
incorrect.
wrong.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wait, what is Dio fucking a Joestar?
It's spoilers for part 3 and the ending of part 1.
Dun 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 dun. You can't cover the song if I sing it in a parody
I'll tell you
version.
later. Fuck it. I'm not gonna act out what happened. Okay. So who's number 8?
Starting with me, you're
Yeah.
gonna put all the pressure on me.
Sure.
Can't sing this
I don't know
song.
why I want to say this, but probably Jotaro. Specifically part 3 Jotaro. He becomes better in like part 4, but not that by that much.
Yeah, Brett, you suck.
Because if we're really being honest, like by himself, if it was just him, he's not that. He doesn't have like that much going for him. He's really reserved and like not. He's just really quiet and feels usually one note, except for like the couple of episodes like against the second Darby brother.
I'm looking up JoJo characters.
Yeah. Because otherwise, it's just he's doing things and being the cool guy. Oh, you have a list written up?
No,
Oh.
I'm just taking notes so like you can't backpedal and be like, oh wait, did I say Jotaro or not?
TJ headphones gonna fall.
Yeah. Let him fall.
These are the characters that are in the category of the JoJo Bizarre Adventures and Related Media. Would you like to choose one? Hang on.
Here.
Let me just turn the brightness up.
Other than do something for
Okay, so my number 8.
you. Wrong
What's
thing.
number 8, Sam? I'm listening. We all are.
It's actually very hard.
Oh, okay.
It is, yeah.
Because it's not like there's not a lot of lacking parts in JoJo, so I can't be like, oh, because of this character they fucked up. It's like, no, they're all pretty well rounded. Fucking if
Those
I
are the
had
ones
to
we're gonna talk
pick
about.
based on like shit, I'm not like full. I think it's Johnny. Joestar.
Yeah.
I like I love the rotation thing and I like his tusk stuff, but like I don't know, I just don't like Johnny that much. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's
because he's cripple, isn't it?
No. Why would you do that? No. I forgot how to spell Johnny. No, I don't.
Johnnny.
Doesn't look right, but okay.
It doesn't look right, but it is. Yeah.
John. Spell John. John. Spell Johnny. Jon.
J-H.
Okay, what's number 7 then, Brett?
Actually,
Bam.
probably Johnny.
Okay. Thought it'd be a little different. I thought you'd be a little creative about it.
No.
Why? What makes him better than Jotaro to you?
Because he actually feels like he's from what I know, he's really like driven by emotion, and he has a clear-cut goal of something that he wants to do and will not stop for anything to get that goal.
I think like Johnny's 8 for me because he feels weirdly clashy with everyone except maybe Jonathan and Joseph, which I understand he's a retelling of Jonathan, but that's kind of why, because he's weirdly outstandish from the other main JoJos.
Yeah.
But if I were to say 7, I was gonna say it. I don't want to say it, but Jonathan Joestar. He's a good boy. It's just, again, he clashes so much with the other Joestars that, like, because Jotaro is one of the more famous ones, and he's in part 3, so other people kind of forget what happened with Jonathan. They're only reminded because of Dio's presence in part 3.
Yeah.
But I like Jonathan because he's very fucking, like Johnny, like Dio said, he's very driven, but like he's very courageous and he just wants to be a gentleman even though like the world shits on him because of Dio. He just doesn't fucking give it up, and I like determination. I like how he's a giant fucking bear.
Yeah.
But he's a giant fucking teddy bear.
Determination. He's determined.
Also, Hamon is cool.
It is.
But,
It's really cool.
But it makes no sense.
No, it makes sense.
It does.
It's
yeah.
one of the things that makes sense. I feel Joseph is a better user than he is. Anyways, number 6, Brett.
I want to say, go back up to the list real quick.
You have a Jonathan, a Joseph, a Jotaro, a Josuke, Giorno, Jolene,
Oh,
Johnny.
so why are you talking like that?
That's what they sounded like.
Probably Gabby.
Fuck's your problem with Gappy?
I just don't know much about him to rate him like too negatively or too positively. I like the way he dresses though, and I like his stand.
It's soft and wet.
Yeah.
Okay, I had to figure out how to spell Higashikata. Guys, when I'm writing, you can
Yeah.
talk.
No, it's more exciting like this.
Well, because you guys are having a discussion about JoJo, and
Is-
the 3 of us don't really know. a lot
Ask
about
JoJo questions.
Yeah.
Well, the
like,
most far I know is up to Joseph. Like, after that, I'm completely out of the dark.
I've watched parts 1 through 3 and 4, and I've read 5 and 6, and I started reading 7.
Explain the Explain the plot badly.
Of what part?
Yeah, which part?
Just each one in
Two
order.
brothers fight. One of them's a vampire.
Big shocker!
Is it Dio?
No.
No. Jonathan's the vampire.
It's Ellie.
Is it Dio from
It's
Imaginary
Speedwagon.
Friends, who was like blue as a...
Explain part 2 badly.
Bad kids ends up saving the world.
Streetwise rich kid saves the world.
Okay,
Oh.
that's even better.
Lucky bitch saves everyone.
Part 3.
Weird punch ghost using delinquent saves the world.
Vampire comes back and fights teenager. In Egypt.
The way you said it, it sounded like the punch ghost was using the he like uses the
Sometimes.
teenager to beat the
Oh.
He's just like swinging him around by his legs.
No, he's Star Platinum picks up Jotaro,
baseball bat.
but Jotaro is just like, no, I got this. He swings in with his fist.
Star Platinum swings Jotaro while Jotaro is like.
You're
swinging.
reeling up a punch. What about your number 6?
Number 6 for me is it's also Gappy.
Oh my god.
But-
What's your problem with Gappy?
But it's only because
Yes, and what's your problem with Gabby?
so it's only because Gappy is a mixture of everyone else. Because he's a mixture of Kira and Josuke from part 4, but he's also like
He's just so much
but-
mixed together
but the
that
Kira in that is also part of borrows things from Jotaro because he's a marine surgeon, but he also has Kira, and it's just like
there's so much going on.
I need to know more about him before
Yeah.
I can rank him high.
Exactly. That's the exact same thing with me.
Otherwise than that, Soft and Wet is one of my favorite things.
Yeah.
Only because of his team attack with his adopted brother in Highs of Heaven, where his brother runs forward after Josuke used Soft and Wet to steal friction from the ground. So the attack is his brother fucking slipping and falling at the opponent.
I cannot unhear those words ever again.
Also, Gappy has a gap tooth, and I like that. But also, fucking, what was the comic I saw where he's like, I want to ride a bike, and then like a chapter later he's fucking riding a bike. He's like, fuck yeah. And the comic I showed you where it's a different translation for the same thing. It's like, I have won. I am the winner. And it's like, I have achieved victory. Number 5.
Jolene.
What is your problem?
What's your number 5 then, huh?
No, he has to say why he's Jolene.
Personality-wise, she's pretty similar to Jotaro, which makes sense. But she does have, like, she's more passionate and shows that, like, her emotions more clearly. So she is more, like, upfront with stuff. I think I just like the supporting characters of Part 6 more than Jolene.
Why are you looking at me when you say that? I don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
Because it's just somewhere for my eyes to look.
Alright, fair enough.
Oh!
He looked at my list after I read it. First off, I just want to say I find it weird that Jolene's last name is still Kujo, but she took out the K, added a C, and then added an H at the end.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what the fuck, lady? But anyways, my number 5 is Joseph. Because, first off, I know one of my characters uses luck as a power, but they kind of just pull the luck thing out of nowhere, at least in the anime. Like, he's done nothing with luck throughout the majority of Battle Tendency. And then he starts talking about luck against the greaseball run with Wamu, and especially against cars, and I'm like, wait, why?
Yeah.
Also, like, he cheats on Suzuki, and while that did bring us the good boy Josuke, I don't appreciate it.
Yeah.
Does each part have an actual title?
Yes.
Oh.
It's Phantom Blood, Battle Tendency, Stardust Crusaders, Diamond is Unbreakable, Vento Oreo, Stone Ocean, Steel Ball Run, and
Jojolian.
Cool, I'm gonna forget all of that, but in like 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Well, you're gonna have this podcast to remember.
I'll watch
I
it this.
am.
I'll watch the series this weekend. Guarantee it. Cross my head.
You won't survive the night.
You won't have enough time
I was like, all of it?
in 48 hours.
He won't survive the night.
What's your number 4?
Thinking
Yeah.
about it, probably Jonathan.
He's pretty cool.
Anyways, Charles just took off his shoes. And now
Thanks
I
for
want to.
outing me, Sam.
Now I want to.
And I'm gonna take off my gloves.
Why is Jonathan 4?
Because I think I just have a weak spot for characters like him. Like, I really like the whole...
nobleman trying
Yeah.
his damnedest.
Exactly. And then, like, out of no fault of his own, gets fucked over and almost gets, like, screwed over his own family's inheritance. Like, Dio fucks him over a lot, like, hardcore.
Mm-hmm.
And the only reason why he gets, like, shown up and all that shit is because Dio is intentionally trying to fuck him over and take over the Joestar bloodline. Or not the bloodline, but the
fortune.
The fortune, yeah.
Yes.
When you said take over the fortune, that reminds me of like a series of unfortunate events where like Count Olaf was trying to take the fortune, and now I'm just thinking of, like Dio is just Jim Carrey.
The live action
Yeah.
part 3 or no part 1.
I have the fortune.
Oh, you're just skipping right ahead, aren't you?
Well, I'm doing this so I don't like doubt myself.
Oh, okay.
Anyways, my number 4 is Jolene. I like aesthetically, I like her.
Yeah, I love her
just-
design.
Out of the main continuity that doesn't go to the fucking AU shit, I don't really know the most about her. I know she's pretty much the Spider Woman of JoJo because of her stand using strings and shit. But I know she's super clever and shit. It's just I know the least about her in the main timeline, so I can't rank her higher than or lower than 4. So, but aesthetically, she beats the other ones to me. She has all that. She has the dyed hair and the pigtails and the weird heart-shaped braid.
Yeah.
And she looks like she'd beat the shit out of me, so there's that.
Which you
Wait, say
find,
that again?
She looks like she'd beat the shit out of me.
which she finds very erotic for some reason.
It's not.
Aaron, shut the fuck up.
Yeah. Okay.
Don't you fucking judge us.
What's number
I'm
3
not
for
judging.
you?
Giorno.
So bitch. I thought it was gonna be number 1.
I know, right? Because part 5 is my favorite part, but Giorno isn't my favorite Joestar. He's a really good character, and I love his motivation. He's very passionate about we're mentioning passion a lot. But
Passione.
Fuck.
he's very driven about his motivations, and he'll stop at nothing in order to get done what he needs to get done. He never he does get emotional about things, but he never lets those emotions cloud his judgment. He has so much drive that he's willing to drink Abakio's piss.
What?
When he's first introduced to Bruno's gang, they have a teapot, and Abakio takes the teapot under the table, unzips his pants, and pisses into it. It's then he pours a cup of he's pouring a cup. Yeah, he's pouring a cup of tea, and it's here, Giorno, drink this, and everyone knows that it's piss, including Giorno. But Giorno's just you know what? I got you, and he downs the fucking thing. He goes like this, and the next panel, fucking straight up, just all the way down his throat.
That's good piss, bro.
That's how Passione works.
That's how Passione works.
What's this? It's kidney stone.
Age
I
5,
taste.
sex is beating on each other.
Oh God!
Age
It's
43, sex is beating on each other.
stop. Let's move on from this. What's the next
You
number?
join the gang unpissed.
Dare you enter my...
Yeah, it's also unclear. No, it's actually confirmed. That's not how you enter Bruno's gang. You don't have to drink piss because none of the other gang members drink
They're
piss.
just fucking with
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because
Anyway,
Abakio doesn't trust Giorno, and Giorno's
He did it,
you know what?
he did
That's
it,
fair.
He did it to everyone else. They just didn't have to. They just didn't have to drink the piss.
He was just here's some pee, just kidding. But then he was here's some pee before you say just kidding. And Giorno grabbed it and drank it. He's this kid is fucking weird. Anyways, my number 3.
Thanks for the piss.
My number 3 is
What was
Jotaro.
parched?
I like Jotaro's 3rd.
Because part 3.
I'm gonna punch you. I'm gonna punch you a lot with my ghost.
I'll do the sound
Does
effect.
each Joestar have a different stand?
Yes, except the first one.
Yeah.
You didn't get one.
He has
Though
weapons.
people,
Theorized that
Theorize
it would
what it
be.
can be.
Yeah.
some people say it was supposed to be the world, but that's Dio's fighting spirit. Some people think it would be what Johnny's is, but
I was
more
watching
accommodating to him.
one last night actually, talking about how it would be a variation of Hermit Purple.
It was Caleb, wasn't it?
I think so.
Because Caleb says that, but X4 says it's Tusk with Ripple instead of rotation.
But he was saying because in the beginning of part 3, Dio is shown using something similar to Hermit Purple.
Yeah, he has the little rose thorns and shit.
Yeah.
But yeah, the reason why I like Jotaro is just it's more in line with Jolene, but he always looks aesthetically pleasing, even in part 7, which I think is his weakest design, but I still like it.
Do you
It's
mean
when
part
he's wearing
6?
no, yeah, part 6, my bad. Part 7 Steel Bolt Run. But it's when he has like the purple and
Yeah.
like the big star.
I think his best design is part 4.
I like that one too.
The fucking dolphin.
Yeah. Also, I just like the memes about Jotaro.
Yeah, where he fucks dolphins.
Also, I like the fact that Star Platinum was a normal punch ghost. Like, it had, like, staying alive and all that shit. But I also like the fact that he's like, no, fuck you, now I can stop time. Also, I like how he is, like, an asshole to everyone, but he gives a shit. Like, he calls his mom a bitch, but then, like, when she's in a life-threatening, like, situation, he goes all the way to Egypt.
Yeah.
To save her.
Can't believe I'm saving this bitch.
But,
I love this bitch.
I don't know. He's also really well thought out, like... My favorite thing is when he's dealing with fucking, what's his first name? The gambler guy. The first one.
I forget.
Darby?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just call them the Darby brothers.
Yeah. The oldest Darby brother. The one that actually gambles for shit. I like the whole thing where he doesn't even look at his fucking cards.
Yeah.
And he has Star Platinum light a cigar for him and he doesn't break eye contact. And it's just this teenager intimidating the fuck out of a professional gambler. And he's just like...
That's just the rule of cool in a
Oh,
scene.
fuck.
Yeah, that sounds like a bad
But it's
scene.
also one of Araki's strongest gambling scenes.
Yeah.
Like, I love it.
His poker face is on point.
He's a scary bitch.
Go ahead, Mr. Joester.
Mr. Joester. Oh, that's a baseball.
That's a whole different thing.
Yeah. Alright, what's your number 2?
Number 2 is
It reminds-
Josuke.
I'm
I
sorry.
guessed that.
When you said
Really?
Yes.
When you said that's a baseball, it reminded me of the scene from *Inglourious Bastards* where what's the SS officer's name? Hans Landa.
Mm.
He's interrogating fucking.
Oh,
Brad
you mean
Pitt.
the German in part 2? Stroheim?
Shut up! Let me finish my thing. And he's like, "That's a bingo!" And I'm like, "That's." And
Oh,
then
yeah.
Brad
Oh,
Pitt's
yeah,
like,
yeah.
That's a bingo.
That is how you say it, right? Like,
It's just bingo.
So why did you figure that it was Josuke? Like, did you
There's
figure...
a 50-50 shot.
Well, okay, that was only when we got to 2 and 1.
And now I know your number 1.
Yeah.
We're gonna save it for you when you actually say it. Anyways, my number 2 is also Josuke. So just say your reason, and then I'll say mine.
Wait, oh yeah.
It's same
Yeah,
part for Josuke.
I fucking love Josuke. Like, you can tell.
I feel he's a nicer version of Jotaro.
Yeah, exactly. Like, he's really, like, he cares about everyone around him so much so that he goes out of his way to track down a fucking serial killer to save his town.
Fucking, Jotaro seems like he'd start fights.
Yeah.
Josuke doesn't.
He doesn't,
Unless
yeah.
you fuck with him.
Unless you talk about his hair.
Then he's willing to beat the shit out of you.
Only if you shit talk his hair.
And he has
Any
a
other
reason
time.
for that.
Yeah.
The guy with a pomp
Saved his life. Yeah.
Okay, Josuke is the guy with the.
The fabulous
Yeah,
hair.
Who's
Yeah.
Jotaro?
He's the one with the hat that.
Jotaro's his nephew.
Looks like a gang member, just like.
Here, I'll show you.
Well, he has it open. The third one. From on the top row.
So that's
Okay.
Josuke, that's Jotaro.
Yeah, the names say so.
That's also
Okay.
Josuke, but he's not important to what we're talking about.
Is it a different Josuke?
These two are from an alternate universe.
Yeah.
Oh.
So he.
Is it the
Why
same
is he
alternate
wearing
universe?
lipstick?
He and him. What?
Why are they not wearing lipstick?
Because that's just what Araki does.
Okay.
Araki's very into fashion.
Araki,
And-
you're weird, but I like it.
He's gonna forget you said that. But I really like Crazy Diamond as a stand.
Yeah, Crazy
'Cause
Diamond's
it's not-
awesome.
It's not just a punch ghost; it's a healing
It's also
punch
healing,
ghost.
yeah. Which, the same could be said about Gold Experience. But, like, Gold Experience is less so a punch ghost and more just, like, fucking with your senses because of how much you're healed.
Yeah. Which, I mean, it speaks to Josuke's character, because he'll
Yeah.
get into fights, but he wants to make sure everyone's okay.
Even in his introduction, where he beats the shit out of, where he doesn't even beat the shit out of the guy, he just fucks with him. And then when he fights Jotaro, Jotaro misses, but his hat's all fucked up.
Well, like, when the guy who's fucking with him gets his, like, face clocked in by Crazy Diamond, he heals him.
Yeah, he heals
but
his
he
face.
still fucks up his face.
Yeah.
He leaves a gap in his teeth, and, like, he puts up his nose like a pig, instead of just healing him normally. I'm like, God damn, kid, you just told me your entire character in, like, a couple of panels.
And I love it.
That's good writing. Anyways, your number one's Joseph.
Yeah.
Yes.
There's just something about Joseph that resonates with me. I don't know.
Which one's the Englishman?
Jonathan.
And Joseph.
Yeah.
Okay, they're both English.
Jonathan's directly from, like, born and raised in, like, 1800s England, though.
Oh, okay. Jonathan's and then Joseph's the 1940s one.
Yeah, 1930s.
1930s.
Well, he lived through the 1930s.
Aside, like, especially old man. I really like old man Joseph. Aside from the cheating on his wife, but
You mean part 3 Joseph, or do you mean part 4, pretending to be senile Joseph?
do you think he was pretending?
It's almost. Thinking of who Joseph is as a character, would you not think that he would pretend to be
He
senile?
definitely would. Yeah.
Like, he probably has some memory gaps.
Yeah,
and, like,
but he
some
just plays
emotions
it up.
showing But he, like, goes full force when he's fucking with somebody, like...
That's why I like him, because he never, like, half-asses a gag.
No, he full forces it.
I think he's a really great character. And the reason... And I like him even more, not because he cheated on his... Like, not... That's not why, but because he has flaws. He had a lapse of judgment and weakness, and he cheated on his wife. That's a realistic thing to do.
He'll never forgive the Japanese.
But he'll never forgive the Japanese, yeah.
But that's kind of like... Even when he did cheat on his wife, he wasn't like a bastard about it. Because I remember in the part 4 thing, because I was looking up to see how part 4's dub sounded.
Yeah.
And I saw like Joseph talking to who has the hand? Who's Josuke's friend?
Okuyasu.
Yeah, he's talking to Okuyasu, and he's like, "Did he ever mention his dad?"
Yeah,
His
you
dad
can.
who didn't know he existed.
You
for,
can
like,
tell
16
he
years?
regretted
And I was like-
not knowing his son.
I was like, if Joseph knew who Josuke was, he'd probably be like visiting him a lot and be very nice to him.
Even though he has flaws, but he's still a really good person.
Also, I was watching the timeline thing with Caleb, and he's like, at this point, Joseph goes to Japan, and he doesn't tell Holly or visit Jotaro, and it's clearly his birthday, so he went to Japan to fucking party. And I was like, yeah, he probably
that's fair.
did.
I just think he's a really well-rounded character.
Anyways, as you can see, my number 1 is Giorno, and that's because I like little crime trash boys who can heal the fuck out of shit and punch people and make their consciousness go wild. I also just like part 5 because I feel that's really when they let loose with Stans.
Part 5 is so good.
But I like the idea of him being the son of Dio Joseph.
Dio Jonathan.
But like he's related to Dio, and they kind of slide it in as when Dio was doing that shit before he got to Egypt, he fell in love, or no, he didn't fall in love, but he fucked an Italian woman.
Yeah, he said sex, yeah.
And then she gave birth to this kid.
Dio fucks.
But they went like, yeah, well that was happening in like part 3. This kid was able to like they didn't just say, oh, Giorno's just there. They were like, no, there was a period in time in which it totally would have been possible for Giorno to be like conceived.
Yeah, not only Giorno, but
meeting
3 others.
Wait,
Dio fucks.
Yeah.
So Giorno is the son
of Dio.
Is that why it's like Joe? It's Gio.
No, he changed his name.
He has a name, and it's like something Sakura.
He took his mother's maiden name.
Yeah.
But he changed that name so he would fit in more in Italy. Because the story says that because he's half and half Italian, half Japanese, the Italians fucking hate him.
Oh. Yeah, I can see that.
So he changed his hair color and also changed his name to try to fit in better.
How is he half Japanese?
Isn't Dio Japanese?
Dio's British.
Did they say he was half Japanese? I don't remember. Well, he's half and half of something.
Yeah, his black hair is a moniker that he's not Italian.
Yeah.
I have your
So
recessive genes, brother.
He dyed his hair blonde, and then it just naturally stayed blonde because of Dio's genes.
Oh.
I might have fucked up with the Japanese
Yeah,
thing.
it's whatever.
Because there's
Just
so many.
read chapter 1 like 2 days ago.
There's so many Japanese Joestars.
I also like that even though he wants to be a gangster, it's because a gangster saved his life.
Yeah.
But it's not like he's a terrible person because he knows when wrong shit's happening and he knows that he has to stop it.
Be a gangster.
Yeah.
Well, his main
Kazuma
drive
Kiryu.
of what?
Yeah.
The main drive as to why he wants to do it so much is not only because the gangster saved his life, but because also he wants to stop fucking people from selling drugs to children. He thinks that's really fucked up.
Well, not only does he think it's something fucked up, but it is really fucked up.
Yeah.
It's a common goal.
Unless it's like a drug they need to live, which I doubt it is. It sounds more like
It's
hard
right,
shit,
yeah.
like cocaine.
Yeah. I think it actually shows it as like a break of something. So yeah, probably is Coke.
It's a brick of coke, kid. Take it. No.
Rockstar, the rock and roll clown. I do cocaine.
You could pass off.
Okay, anyways, that's what I had planned for the podcast.
Alright,
you guys are on your own doing other shit.
Okay, let's talk about.
Actually, one more thing in the Joestar thing is I would like to be a voice actor one day, but like the challenge I want to set for myself right now is doing stand cries like almost like as fast as like the actual voice actors can do. And the first one I want to try and get like good because it's a tongue twister is doing muda 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 all over. Because I just saw a video of Giorno's voice actor. It's like a Japanese interview show, and like he's being interviewed with the rest of the cast, and they took an audience poll on what lines they want Giorno to read, and even though it was subtitled in English, I couldn't see what the things were, what the poll was. It was like red, blue, and then green, but I can see that the green, because there's a repeated character, was clearly muda muda muda.
Yeah.
And it was funny, he was like, let's see the results. And then like red and blue go up like piddly, and then just green. And I'm like, oh. And I thought it was just the muda muda muda, but no, it was the Black Sabbath death scene. When he went like, oh, Koichi, can you move like just a little bit? And then like he does that. Black Sabbath is a stand.
No,
and I can't
what's
song
going
Koichi.
on in the...
It's an entire arc.
Okay.
Do you want us to explain it right now?
I mean, you can.
So Giorno wants to join the mafia, and there's this stand called...
What's with the buttons? You were talking about buttons? Or like
'Cause
lights?
You were not paying attention.
No, I wasn't. I missed the first half.
He was on a talk show, and people were voting on what they wanted him to say.
The voice actor was on a talk show.
Oh, okay. I'm with it. I'm caught up. I am caught up.
No, you're not.
20 seconds
Get
later.
off your computer.
No.
Anyways.
Unplug it.
Yeah, that's the last thing I wanted to say about JoJo.
JoJo's a fantastic series.
What did you want to say, Aaron?
Okay, I was gonna suggest. What about we just talk about
Our favorite
feeling
stands.
for Endgame?
No,
Like,
no,
our
I don't.
feelings,
I don't
like,
want
about
to talk anything
Indifferent.
about Endgame.
Indifferent.
I'm not
until-
going to see it for a while, so I don't care.
Yeah, I want to wait until one of us actually
Probably
sees
not gonna
it,
see it.
and then just talk about
I'm
it.
just not gonna see it at all because, as I said, I'm indifferent to the whole thing.
Well,
I'm just,
Zane might buy it.
Oh, well,
When
if
it
you
comes
think
on.
about
Movie
it,
talk?
I'll watch it.
Vetoed.
Okay.
Next topic.
Here's a movie I know about. You ever heard of the movie called Tusk?
I've heard of the Stand Tusk.
I hit
So,
right, by the way.
It's this movie
It's
directed
by Kevin
Smith.
Smith. I was going to say
the
Kevin
same guy who
James,
played
but
Silent Bob in
yeah.
this Jay and Silent
It's
Bob.
supposed to be a horror movie, isn't
And
it?
he also wrote the Jay and Silent Bob movies.
Yeah.
And also Clerks.
He also wrote for Daredevil. Not the show.
The movie?
comic.
Oh, the
Oh, yeah.
comic. Okay.
Yes.
Cool. I
He
didn't know
also
that.
wears really big jorts.
I mean,
I'm
yeah.
gonna show you a picture of that.
Yeah, really
He's
baggy
also-
ones.
He's also a podcaster himself.
Giant
So,
jorts.
the movie Tusk, I was reminiscing about it because there's just one scene from the movie. I'm just going to give you a quick summary. Basically, this guy, podcaster, goes to visit and interview strange people. He comes across a strange old guy who tells him about the story about this walrus who saved his life. And whole thing, he gets
Earth
kidnapped by
jorts.
this old man.
No, I
And
know
he's-
what Kevin Smith looks like.
He's held hostage by the old man and is eventually going to turn him into a walrus.
Sounds like a weird version of Human Centipede.
Yeah, but I think this is kind of funnier and more
Funnier?
horrific than it could be Centipede. 'cause-
Funnier.
Yeah.
I
'cause-
want to be the
So
walrus.
what's the one?
Hold on. I just imagine the middle stage of like between human and walrus. It's just Jamie Heineman.
You know, so the guy who plays Wallace is actually what's his name? Shoot.
What was he in?
He was in Jeepers Creepers in the first one. The
I've never
guy.
seen it.
Oh shit! Look at the movie.
Oh.
I forgot his name. I think it was Lee or something.
I
Something.
think we all forgot his name.
Yeah. Well, he's
The second one?
this first one. The first one.
Jeepers Creepers.
Yes.
Where'd you
Wait,
get
wasn't
those
he in?
pictures?
No, he wasn't in Waiting. What am I thinking
Do
about?
you know what he did?
You can also look up Tusk and see.
Best boy grip.
Best-
What did he do? Because there are like a billion guys in this movie.
He came. So let me see the phone real quick. He's the first. He's like the. That's the third one. Yeah. I know.
One.
Yeah.
Thank you,
One.
Google. Bitch.
Justin Long. Justin Long. That's his name.
I just saw his name.
Yeah, Justin Long. He's like being turned into a walrus, and if you see Justin Long, you can probably like sort of picture this scrawny guy getting like halfway
So
turned
much
into.
blubber.
Yeah, but the thing is, I'm not gonna spoil it, but
You already pretty much have.
I can just spoil it right now. The blubber's like skin, like human flesh skin.
Like it grows?
grody.
It didn't grow like from other people.
Oh.
Yeah,
Ugh.
yeah, yeah.
I don't know why this is also reminding me of The Fly with Jeff Goldblum.
I was
Oh.
just thinking that too. The Fly.
Because like I think those are like those things are.
There was
iconic.
probably like a thing in whenever the time that movie came out where that was a trend, like the human centipede, the fly, and the walrus.
Well, I like the
or tusk. Excuse
tusk
me.
because like what's the one animal you think is like dominant?
Where?
Not a walrus or anywhere like just one scary like
Walruses are terrifying.
yeah. I don't imagine to like the first thing that pops in my head is a walrus that.
Oh yeah, no, yeah,
like,
yeah.
maybe
I
a
see what you're
tiger
saying.
or a shark, but not a walrus.
No. I'll tell you what's the dangerous creature of all.
What?
Poisonous dart frogs.
Yeah, but those are like
They're so tiny, so cute.
You
but
know
they're
the
so
most
deadly.
dangerous creature of all, man.
man.
Oh no.
Their skin just screams, "Lick me!"
Oh,
the poison dart frog, not man.
Not man.
Like,
I mean-
oh, you gonna lick man? Oh.
So the one thing it was like, it's at the end of the movie where he comes out of this like really abandoned like zoo, and his girlfriend who's like all
Is he
sad.
almost full walrus?
He's
at
full
this point?
walrus.
He
He's
is
full
full
walrus.
walrus. That's a fucking hard word to say when you're saying it repeatedly.
Walrus.
Yeah, full walrus.
Full walrus.
His girlfriend tosses the fish to feed him, and he just flaps out and just munch on the fish, and he's crying.
I know
It's sad.
I know it's supposed to be a
It's-
sad scene, but you
it's-
describing it sounds fucking
It is.
hilarious.
It's like you can't help but like be sad and like, oh, that sucks, like that kind of attitude.
Yeah.
Cause oh my god, I think also Johnny Depp's in it for some reason, and
Of course,
Haley
Johnny
Joel
Depp.
Osment.
Osmond.
Osmond?
Yeah.
I thought it was Osmond.
Ozman.
Osmond. Is that true?
Ocelot.
Why are you looking at me? What?
Because I don't know.
Haley Joel Osmond.
Yeah, it's Osmond.
Oh wow,
Odd man.
that's weird. It's like 13 years. I got now like
It happens.
yeah. Oh, that's all I have to say about the movie Tusk. That was like a quick 2 minutes.
I think it was a little bit more than 2 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, this is just gonna be the whole.
Persona 5 Royal Edition.
Yeah, there we go.
Persona
Tell us about it,
5
Sam.
out of
Morgana's a man.
Yeah.
Wait, for real?
Yes.
You haven't seen our shit
Well,
posts
I
in
thought
the
those-
meme
I thought
channel?
those were just like a
No.
I thought it was just modded.
There's
No.
another Phantom Thief, and she's a ballerina, so that's why she wears that. Oh, I don't understand the butt flaps.
I love
She has butt flaps.
Why is Morgana a man?
You have a computer
Because Teddy was a guy.
that
No.
you refuse to put away, so why don't you go on it and look up shit about what we're talking about?
He doesn't want to bring up weird stuff into his
So you
computer.
can talk about it.
I know,
What's the visual?
Talk about it.
but so you're included in the fucking context.
You're telling me.
Listen, you surrogate piece of shit.
So violent.
Surrogate.
Surrogate?
Yes. Do you not?
Yeah.
I thought
Okay.
you were in the writing Discord. Do you not know what a surrogate character is?
Yeah. But how am I a surrogate?
Because you're asking questions because you don't know what we're talking about.
Yeah, that just made me a surrogate.
Yes, it does. Because
You're
you don't know anything, we have to explain it to you. So you're being a surrogate for the audience.
I guess.
There's nothing
There is
wrong
no
with being a
guess.
surrogate.
Yeah,
What
no,
the
it's
fuck is
fine.
your-
Why? What?
Sounds like a derogatory term. Especially the way you said it.
Go
It's
back to-
never been
Yeah,
used as a
because I'm
derogatory
using
term.
clever writing.
Anyways,
Stupid surrogate.
So in Persona 4, there's this character Teddy, which is just this empty like bear costume who
I'm
grows a
gonna
body
get
by
ripped
doing sit-ups.
Sit-ups.
And he just forms this blonde kid, and like so to continue the trend of animals, mascots growing a body. This cat dude Morgana grows a body. I don't know
Not a
how.
literal cat dude.
Oh, he's a cat dude.
He's
So,
a yeah. He's a
remember
cat
Hifumi?
person.
yeah.
Remember how I said she was supposed to be a Phantom Thief?
Oh, is she a Phantom Thief now?
No.
Oh,
No.
fuck.
They made a character so that she can essentially fill the same role,
Mhm.
except instead of being a shogi player, she's a ballerina.
Uh-huh.
A gymnastic ballerina. I don't rhythmic gymnastics. I forgot her whole summary. But like everyone's complaining that she's in a leotard in her costume because she's a teenager. But I was like, yeah, that's what gymnasts wear.
Yeah.
If anything, maybe they probably should have just given her like tights, leggings or
Yeah.
something. But like, it should. I really don't want to say, oh, but an all-black outfit wouldn't look right. An all-black outfit wouldn't look right because that's Joker's shtick already, and they usually, and that's also Ryuji, and that'd be like a shit ton of characters wearing all black.
And also Makoto.
Makoto wears dark blue.
Is it? I
And
thought there was
grays.
also black.
No, it's.
Black and dark
I mean,
blue are
there's
so
black
close.
in it, but it's not the majority of it is black.
Mm.
The majority of it is dark blue.
Futaba wears like dark black with green.
With like neon green accents.
That picture specifically.
The only thing I don't actually like about there's like a better picture showing more of the
Yeah, but I want that picture.
But okay, I'll post it later. But like with the new protagonist, she looks like she's. I said this. I think I said it to you. Where I was like, she looks too much like Zoro. So I thought the persona became a person as well as Morgana becoming a person.
Oh,
But that's not what
yeah.
happened. So I'm like, really, they should have just looked at her design a little more and made it not solid black and given her more color, and that would have made her
Wait,
not look like somebody's
They could have
persona.
used like a deep red for accents. 'Cause
Yeah.
I know,
Could
like
do that,
you had An, who is just her thing is red, but she's like more of like a bright red that pops.
Latex
Yeah, like a bright
or leather, whatever.
latexy thing.
Try to lay
But
that
you could have used like a almost like a maroon or some other kind of like dark red for Kasumi. That's her name.
Also, Yosuke wears a lot of black, but he also wears a lot of white.
Yeah, I don't.
You know who doesn't wear any black? Akechi. Yeah.
Yeah.
That was some foreshadowing we never saw in the game until we mentioned it now.
Pancakes.
Yeah, but that was
Yes.
that's a game thing. That was just a like design style thing.
It was all intentional. It was all deliberate.
Yeah, but we're not getting it until 2020.
Oh, okay.
Japan gets it on Halloween.
Yeah.
How
But
fitting.
what about that other Persona 5 game? The
Yeah,
Persona
what
5
Oh, Dancing All Star Night.
Scramble.
Oh,
Scramble, is that really what it's called?
Yeah. Scramble something,
completely
Phantom
off,
Thieves
guys.
something.
yeah, I know that was on purpose, but they could have called it like something like Strike or something, because Scramble sounds like a puzzle game,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
Persona 5 Tetris or something
It's
like that.
it's
a
a
Dynasty Warriors.
yeah, it's a
Yeah.
Dynasty Warriors clone.
And now think about it, I don't really think it's that bad, because I
It's
would
just
like
it's just boring.
Yeah,
Like, I expected something like exciting, and I'm not excited by that.
there's a trend.
The only Dynasty Warriors like that I was excited for was Dynasty Warriors Gundam.
Oh, what is it called?
Fucking-
Gundam Versus? Or is that something?
No, it was
Gundam.
Dynasty Warriors Gundam.
Oh, that was it.
Dynasty Warriors Gundam 1, 2, 3, then Dynasty Warriors Gundam Reborn.
Then there's the Legend of Zelda Dynasty Warriors.
Hyrule
And the
Warriors.
Berserk
Yeah.
Dynasty Warriors. Now we got this. Which is now, I'm thinking about it, I wouldn't mind playing as Ryuji and just, he's not piped to just
It's just
keep
my problem with
bullshit.
those games is they get really repetitive.
Well, from what I've seen, it looks kind of cool. Graphically wise, and
Like graphically it looks fine. It's just when you actually get into the gameplay, you find the one like attack special combo that works to clear out groups, and that's the only thing you use.
maybe they'll add like a sub menu for your persona.
No, it looks like your special attacks use your personas.
Oh yeah, I guess that makes sense too. They still have time to change it. I believe there's like
It's just no. It's not like an issue with development. It's an issue with the Dynasty Warriors system.
yeah. There's a lot of Dynasty Warrior games.
There's a
It's
lot.
an
There
old
is.
ass series.
Isn't it? How old? Isn't it?
It
from,
dates
like,
back to the
PS1?
PS1.
I remember
Shit,
my
really?
friend played it
Yeah.
on the PS2, and I remember it had the whole thing where Fog was like super into the game,
Mm-hmm.
so they'd have time to like render shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like
Because the
fuck up your
entire
draw distance.
draw of that game is to be this badass warrior taking on like almost near infinite armies and completely cleaning house.
Well, that's because that's how the story's painted, isn't it?
I don't know about
That you're, like,
actual
a
Dynasty
legendary
Warriors.
warrior.
I don't know about Dynasty Warriors. So
Doesn't
much.
really
The
fit.
Romance of the Three Kingdoms. Because isn't that what the original one was based on?
I only
He just said he didn't know
Yeah.
the story of the basic.
I only know about Dynasty Warriors Gundam and the Hyrule Warriors because those are the only two of that like style that I've played.
Hyrule Warriors isn't even canon.
I know, but those are
Unless
the
you
ones
go
I've
by
played.
David Gilbert.
BDGs.
Yeah,
Yeah.
BDG's fucking one.
Yeah. Okay. So Dynasty Warriors is a spin-off of Koei's turn-based strategy Romance of the Three Kingdoms. based loosely around the Chinese historical text records of the Three Kingdoms, from which it derives its name in Japanese.
That's one of the 4.
Yeah,
Oh, the first game was a fighting game.
like a 2D,
Like a fighting game.
like a Tekken style
You're
game.
slipping on your knowledge there, Brett. And it's one of China's 4 noble pieces of literature. With the
And I'm
partnered
pretty,
with
if I'm not
the monkey.
mistaken, the heroes of the Romance of the Three Kingdoms are depicted as these great warriors that can take on like so many women.
Yeah.
They can swing a sword
Yes.
and.
No, I didn't.
They did.
You just gotta wait. Anyways, yeah, but the Romance of the Three Kingdoms is also like partnered with
Ow! Fucking Sam!
Journey to the West as one of China's like greatest literary works. Remember that because I did a report on Journey to the West because it's my favorite mythology thing.
Cool.
It's fair.
Well, that's all about Scramble, at least I can think of. Because, I mean...
Because I'm not excited for it.
Yeah,
No one's excited for
that's
it.
the only thing they showed.
No one's excited for it because everyone thought it was going to be a Switch port of Persona 5.
Or a fighting game.
Or a fighting game. Which, I mean, there's always that option.
Gotcha. Twice. Uh-oh. Looks like we're going to have to wait for the 2020, huh? That sounds bad for you guys. Do you want to buy a Switch?
I just like the whole Smash Bros. Why does Joker have a grappling hook? Persona 5R. That's why
why.
Joker has a grappling hook.
I just learned actually when I was on Twitter earlier. Today marks the day of Dragon Ball Z's 30th anniversary.
Ooh.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday!
30 years.
Happy birthday,
Wow.
Mr. Araki.
Of the coming
Aki.
First off, he didn't write Dragon Ball Z. Second off, it's not the birthday of Toriyama. It is
What's Toriyama's first name?
Akira.
Kira.
That's what I meant to say. I fucked up.
Really off
I
the ball
fucked
there,
up.
man. Really off the ball.
Araki's just like, I'll take credit for it. Shit. Maybe I did write it and I just forgot.
He's crazy enough.
Don't say that. He might come to your house with a gun.
Goku stand.
I hope he does.
Fighting.
Holy shit, you're Araki.
And then he has
Brett will never believe this.
our fucking Araki
Oh, he'll
headcanon.
believe after he
Yeah.
hears the report.
Araki's the only human that actually has a stand, and it's an emperor with Sex Pistols.
Yeah. He'll
So-
never miss.
He'll never miss because he's not allowed to, and he pulls it out whenever anyone asks a question. How come Joseph can age? Gun. Where's part 9? I'm not done with part 8. Gun.
No, he just pulls out the gun and he shoots it. A little flag comes out. I'm not done with part 8.
A little like Gappy is holding the flag.
Yeah.
So I'm not done with part 8. I saw a fucking at first I was just like, oh, Araki's just like a mangaka like everyone else. I saw like a presentation thing of like it was like an art exhibit for JoJo stuff, and it's like a fucking it's like 4 of these fucking desks. No, like 6 of these desks, and he's like painting on it with like the schmuck and everything, and he's like really detailing it, and you can see the other giant pieces like really well painted, and I'm like, he's not just a mangaka.
Yeah, no.
The man's an artist.
This guy is
Like,
like
as
He is a god.
his
You're
art
goddamn
style,
right he is.
his art style is not like
It has evolved from just being like a regular like shonen art style.
well, no, like when I look at JoJo, the hard lines are a little bit off-putting because when I watch anime, I'm used to like softer lines, but I can definitely appreciate the artistry. Like it's really well drawn.
he's
When
really
you
good
see
at
it-
drawing people.
When you see the style and like aesthetic, you just automatically know that's
Dogs,
JoJo.
not so much, unless you unless you want your dog to look exactly like Iggy Pop.
Well, that's why it looks like Iggy Pop.
Yeah.
'cause it's supposed to.
Yeah, I showed.
He's actually really good at drawing dogs. Okay, maybe he's not.
What
I
is
take it
that
back.
from?
That's a sad dog.
I have to figure out.
Is that just like a background thing?
I know he drew this as a dog. No, because it's clearly a plot point because that's the dog.
That's the dog. But yeah, I showed Charles what Iggy looks like from part 3.
It looks just like Iggy Pop.
Yeah, and then I showed a picture of Iggy Pop, and they're identical.
That's why he looks like Iggy Pop, because he's supposed to. His name's Iggy.
It was all meant.
But then that picture that Sam just showed us made me question many things.
That's the dog. Are you sure it's a dog?
No. Hey guys, look, I drew a dog. Are you sure it's a dog? No.
Well, what do you think it is? I don't know, but it's certainly not a dog.
Oh my god. Yeah, you're right. They do look like each other.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Oh, that's weird.
Oh, sweet.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a Berserk one. There's a Berserk
God.
Dynasty Warriors game.
Carlos brought it up.
Yeah, Band of the Hawk. It wasn't as cool though.
I was too busy looking at other Dynasty Warriors games.
I saw a thing where someone was like, imagine a Dark Souls game, but it was Berserk.
That's what.
And I was like, I feel that's the only thing that might be appropriate for a Dark Souls clone.
Yeah.
Berserk is Dark Souls.
I was gonna say, like, isn't Dark Souls just already Berserk?
Well, yeah, the guy who
Like,
made
just go get the Zweihander in Dark Souls 1, and you're Berserk. You're Guts.
the guy who made Dark Souls took inspiration from Berserk. I know that.
I don't know his first name, but I know his last name is Miyazaki. Because
You know what I don't like about Death Battle? Sorry,
Oh.
no,
I was
this has to do
gonna
with
finish
Berserk.
what I was saying.
Yeah,
so-
I know.
I just like the joke. I just like the joke that everyone has is like, oh yeah, Hayao Miyazaki made Dark Souls. It's like, no.
No, you did not. That's not
You did
that's
not. No,
incorrect.
wrong Miyazaki.
So, you know how
Did your brain just connect it?
Yeah.
Death Battle will be like, oh yeah, we do our research. Which
They
don't.
obviously don't. Yeah.
But, like,
I feel like they used to.
they
And it just
when they
cried.
had simple fucking characters.
Yeah.
But then, like, want to know what the biggest, like, contender of I know you didn't do your research was? When they tried to apply math to Goku.
Yeah.
Like, as a Goku fan, I know for a fact Superman could probably defeat Goku. But also, I know Goku and Superman wouldn't risk destroying the fucking Earth.
At least pre-Man of Steel fucking Superman would.
Even Man of Steel, Superman. Never mind. But
Are you actually correcting yourself, or do you just not want to go on that tangent?
no, I just don't think Man of Steel, Superman wouldn't risk the Earth trying to. I don't think he'd know. He doesn't. That's the Superman that doesn't know his actual strength. So if he went up against Goku, that Superman probably lose because he'd be holding himself back a lot, and that would be his biggest mistake when fighting Goku. Anyways, that's just Dragon Ball Evolution Goku, and that's just a high schooler that you can slap.
Like, you can just go up to him and slap him. It's
Sure.
Like, no.
Stop being stupid, and then stop.
What
being
do I
stupid.
do? How do I respond to that?
I don't know. That was
Get
an
angry.
adult.
Fight me.
Just slap him again.
But yeah, they try to apply math like, oh, the android bomb was supposed to be like this big of an explosion. And the way their editing worked is the number they displayed on top of the bomb screen made it look like they tried to look really close at the gibberish Akira Toriyama wrote and tried to say, this is the numbers it looks like.
Yeah.
And I was like, that's not what the bomb is. That's nowhere close to the explosion. Because I think they said it would blow up like half the Earth. And I was like, that's not what the bomb was supposed to do.
No, yeah.
What was it supposed to do?
It was supposed to be enough to kill Goku.
Yeah.
And Jiro at the time didn't think it'd need an explosion that takes over half the fucking planet. Anyways, the problem with Death Battle is they used to have a show called 1 Minute Melee.
I love that.
And that was done by Hirun's Dojo, which now has its own YouTube channel where they make their own 1 Minute Melees. But I don't know why they don't make 1 Minute Melees for Screw Attack anymore, or Rooster Teeth, because Rooster Teeth owns Screw
Anyways.
Attack. But they tried to make something called DBX, and they had the same premise of no research. But then, like, I just, because I stopped watching it, but I saw a video pop up in my recommended saying Cloud Strife versus Guts. And I was like, I don't know enough about both characters. I know some things about Cloud. I don't know that much about Guts. The comment section is a shitstorm of people trying to defend Death Battle, but also people knowing that the result. So Cloud wins. But
I don't see that.
and I'm not gonna weigh in on that.
I
I just don't think that I don't see why you would select big sword. Like, that's the only reason.
I know nothing about Guts, so
Nightmare versus Guts would be a better fight, and I know Death Battle did that in their main series.
Yeah.
But, like, I remember one comment was, no, you guys don't get it. Death Battle, or DBX doesn't do research. And then someone was like, Death Battle doesn't do research. And then, like, I knew that they were just saying Death Battle just doesn't do fucking research right. But somebody apparently thought that was serious and was like, no, you're mixing them up. DBX doesn't do research. I was like, no, I was right.
I knew what I said.
But fucking, someone argued that they're like, yeah, they do research because they have had a Guts episode and they've had a Cloud episode. They clearly used the research they had from both episodes to decide who would win this fight, and they've chosen wrong. Because they had Cloud versus Link, and then they had
which is really fucking
Nightmare
dumb.
versus Guts. Yeah, the only reason they said Link would win is because if he had the what are the gauntlets that allow him to pick up heavy shit?
Giant's gloves?
Yeah,
Yeah,
because he had Giant's gloves and the Hyrulean shield. He would be able.
I think it's Giant's gloves and also Goron gauntlets. If I could be wrong.
He was using only one of them.
Or the Goron bracelet.
I don't even
There is a
remember what
bracelet.
Link they were using. But,
Probably Ocarina of Time.
But, like, they were like, that's why he was able to, like, withstand the strikes of Cloud and his Buster Sword. And I was like,
You do know that, like, Link is already pretty strong. And also, he can block blows from Ganondorf, who is beefier than Cloud.
yeah.
And has a sword equally as big.
I was like, you didn't need to give him equipment for this. Like, he's already strong. But, like, I just have a lot of issues. My biggest issue was Tifa versus Yang. And that was clearly biased.
Yeah.
Because that was right after Rooster Teeth bought Screw Attack. It was right before RWBY Volume 3 was premiering. Even at the end, they were like, you should go watch RWBY Volume 3. And Yang wins the fight with Tifa. But then in RWBY, in that volume, she gets her arm cut off by someone who's you can just see is weaker than Tifa. And I'm just like, get the fuck out of my face.
By the end of 7, Tifa can move, like, almost subsonic. She gets really fucking fast.
Also, her limit break is fucking insane.
Yeah.
But they're like, no, Yang can absorb shock and then blow it back at the opponent. Like, that's not what. That's
Okay,
not how
she can.
balance work.
Okay, she can reflect that, but does that mean her body can withstand it?
No.
Exactly. Like, just because of that.
Are you writing me a note?
Yes.
It's the
Okay.
same thing with, like, the fucking Pokemon move, Bide. It's like, yeah, sure, you can store up all that power, but are you going to
But if I
survive
hit
long
you
enough?
really fucking hard,
Yeah.
you're not, if I have
Your Pokemon's
if I have
gonna
type
faint.
advantage, you're down.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I know how that feels. Hallelujah.
But yeah, fucking, I'll do it. I'm not the biggest fan of RWBY.
Yes,
I don't know if-
so long.
Well, I don't know if we've covered that in this podcast. We probably have. Yeah. That's all you really need to say is you don't really like
What
it.
time are we at?
It's almost an
Yeah,
hour.
we don't
No.
have enough time for my rant.
Okay, here's a quick thing.
Just something you can look forward to next episode.
Yang versus Guts. Who's gonna win? Guts.
Yeah.
That's easy. That's fucking preschool.
Yang versus Ruby. Guts.
Ruby? Oh,
Ruby's the main character.
yeah, she's got plot armor. So is her sister.
Guts is a main
She's secondary
character.
main character.
Secondary.
Guts is a main character of a shonen anime. At least I think it's shonen.
No.
Okay, so I'm just gonna say this as like my one jab at the RWBY fandom, and this actually applies to a lot of fandoms, especially Dragon Ball Z. Because I remember talking to you about this. It's the one thing I hate that Dragon Ball Z fans. I hate that people think Toriyama is a fucking writing genius.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
He's not.
he winged it
Yeah.
really fucking hard. He winged it so hard. God decided that Akira Toriyama gets to be a seraph. Like, he winged it really hard.
Yeah. It's this.
It came out gloriously.
Yeah.
But
I would say-
he said in interviews, "Oh yeah, I kind of just did it as I went."
Yeah. I would say Araki almost falls a little close to that, but nowhere near as close as to Toriyama.
Because he has well thought out shit. He just forgets a lot of shit
Yeah.
that he establishes.
And Toriyama forgets a lot of his shit too, but that's because he
Or
doesn't.
he'll outright abandon it. Like
Yeah.
Ramon. But
And like Toriyama is just like, yeah, I made it up on the fly, so that's why I don't remember it.
which like Araki probably makes up shit on the fly.
Yeah.
Like, a lot of stands seem like they weren't thought out and he just
Yeah.
had the idea.
Like Emperor.
Yeah, because fucking somebody, it was X-Forts or somebody was talking about what is his name again? The guy who uses his hand.
Okuyasu.
Yeah, he's like, the reason why Okuyatsu doesn't do like a fuck ton of fights
It's because
his
he's
stand
stupid.
is too fucking powerful.
Yeah, and also
so that's why I made him dumb.
yeah, because that's what he usually does to nerf stand users who have really fucking good stands. Is make them really stupid.
Because Whole Horse is stupid.
Whole Horse isn't like
he's also not
dumb.
confident.
He's not confident in himself, and he also doesn't want to be like the center of attention. That's why he always partners up with people,
Yeah.
and also because his stand doesn't like rely itself to like actually fighting. He's more of an
Just a
assassin.
gun.
Yeah. And also, he needs to concentrate on controlling the bullet. Otherwise, it's just a gun.
Yeah.
And, like, it has such fucking huge kickback that he can't control it. He never learned how to control
But
it.
the reason I bring that up is because when RWBY was created by a guy named Monty Ohm, and he died when Volume 3 was finished being done, but just being, like before it was, like, shown. And that's very sad, and I feel bad for like everyone who worked with him and his brother, and like in my opinion, RWBY would still be a lot better, and I'd have a better opinion of it if he didn't die. But I don't like the fact that because he died, the RWBY fandom is afraid to call some of his ideas bad, or some of the writing he did bad. Or it's not even that. If you want to argue that he had like legitimately good writing and you have evidence to prove it, fine. But that doesn't exempt Kerry Shawcross, whatever the fuck his name is, and Miles Luna, who are the current showrunners, from being bad writers just because the guy who made RWBY passed away. I don't like Miles Luna's writing, and I don't like Kerry's writing. I think they're both very weak writers. And if because Monty's biggest strength was his fight scenes.
As exemplified by his fucking Haloid thing.
Yeah, and Dead Fantasy. If I showed you RWBY's Volume 1 through 3, I'll fucking like you'll at least enjoy the fight scenes. If I show you the fight scenes, there's like 1 or 2 fight scenes that stand out past that point, but you'll see like I call it the bleach effect something else. I just call it not really showing the fight, but showing that there's a fight going on. It's like where you'll have the fight going on, but then you'll kind of peer off and do something else, but then you'll go back to that fight. And one of the biggest examples is in Volume 5. In the opening, they clearly show a bunch of fights, but then when you watch the show, the fights are like from like the camera works like all the way back against a wall, and then like you see the people from like far off distances instead of dramatic shots like in the fucking opening. And you can just see
almost as if they didn't have like enough confidence in the animators to get it done.
After Monty's passing, the fights just go downhill. There's only one good fight, and it's actually just really a scene in the fight where Crow, who has a big sword, gets disarmed by a guy with a scorpion tail, and he pauses for a second and then looks at his hand and just fucking clocks the dude in the face. Like, that's the only part in, like, Volume 4 that
I really like when shit like that happens. Like, so, I know we've ragged on The Last Jedi before, but I really like the part when Rey is fighting the Praetorians or something, or...
I don't fucking know.
Praetorian Guard.
Yeah. When she's fighting them, and she's like, saber-locked with one of them, and she deactivates her lightsaber, ducks, and then activates it so that it stabs them in the chest.
Was that her? I thought that was Kylo Ren.
I'm pretty sure it was Rey that did that. It might have been Kylo.
This just reminded me of something from Gundam.
Well, you can think of better fight scenes then. Because now we're just talking about fight scenes.
Yeah.
And, like, I think...
Speaking of, like... Go, finish your thought.
There was another scene, I forget where it was from, but it was a sword fight. And it was like a fantasy thing. And, like, I think they were training, and it might have been from The Witcher, I'm not sure. But at one point, the guy who's the more experienced fighter, like, they're like, again, they're pretty much saber locked. And so the more experienced fighter just punches the other person, and it's like, your whole body is a weapon, not just your sword. And I'm like, yes!
I was gonna say a Gundam series with really fucking fantastic fight scenes. That's not even like a mainline Gundam series, It's more of like a alternate universe, like side story thing. It's fucking Gundam Build Fighters, the first one. I think I've shown you one of the scenes. It was the episode where Sei and Reiji, the main characters, go up against Fellini, and it's fucking amazing. Fucking love that episode. The fight scenes are so good, and it's like they're both best friends. Like the three of them are best friends with each other, but they know that if they do not give it their all, the other one's gonna be disappointed. So they give it their fucking damnedest and go all out with it. But not only that one, the specific one that I was thinking of when you brought up like the turning off the lightsaber and stabbing him, was a scene where the pilot, the one that's controlling the mech, Reiji, he like ducks down and like kind of like goes on the floor, and because he has the beam sabers, essentially lightsabers, are like on charging racks on the hip of the machine, he spins one around and activates it, and it just goes straight from the hip up into the machine, and it's just like, yeah, it's so fucking cool.
There's a fight scene I like from Berserk. It's a small fight scene between Guts and Griffith, and they're both having a sword fight, and Guts looks like he's about to lose. He's like, I got you in a lock, Guts, with my sword. It's like, oh yeah? Guts bites the sword, brings it towards him, and gets like Griffith to the floor with his sword. And the fact that he just bites the sword is great.
Oh my god, that reminds me of so in Black Lagoon and Roberta's Blood Trail arc, fucking when they finally find Roberta, so one of the characters named Shenhua, she uses like swords in a city where most people use guns, but she's like a badass, so it works. And so she runs at Roberta with her swords. Roberta blocks with her pistols, and then just breaks Shenhua's swords with her teeth. Just bites down and they just shatter.
That just reminded me of something similar but different. It was, I want to say, in Advent Children, where
Sam looks at Brett.
I think it was Cloud fighting Sephiroth, and like Cloud gets fucking impaled by Sephiroth's sword, and instead of just like falling over, he fucking grips Sephiroth's sword. Yeah, it is.
You said Advent Children.
Oh, my bad. I don't know why I said Advent Children. He grabs Sephiroth's sword and just pulls himself closer, impaling him more on the sword, just so he can get close enough to fucking slice. And then he lifts up Sephiroth's sword and throws Sephiroth to the side.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
It's fucking great.
Anyways, in Advent Children, because he doesn't have the Buster Sword anymore, he has the Fusion Sword, which is 6 swords fused into one sword.
Which
and
is
it can
an
break
awesome
apart.
sword.
Yeah, it can break apart into more swords. So it's Omni Slash Part 2 when he's fighting Sephiroth. Cloud's bleeding out because Sephiroth's been cutting him out a lot.
Yeah.
And he like knocks him in the air and he does this cool little like helicopter thing. And like he clashes with Sephiroth, which is like familiar for Sephiroth. But then his sword breaks into like the 6 pieces and just throws Sephiroth back. He's like, what the fuck? And then Cloud zooms across and cuts him with like each sword. And I'm like, fuck yeah, man.
Then the
I don't care how anime that movie is. If you totally just forget it's Final Fantasy and you see that scene, you're like, oh, that's actually pretty cool.
Yeah.
And then the ending, just one
Even
gigantic
if it is
slash.
Final Fantasy, it's badass.
Well, yeah, but people complain that it's too anime because of how much they're like jumping across city shit.
Have they not seen Final Fantasy?
No, yeah, they have.
No, they just pick about it,
Like
Charles.
Final
It can
Fantasy
totally be
7 is just
anime.
like.
Well, yeah, but that's just the limitations of the fucking...
But it's
medium
funny
at the
because
time.
in fucking one of the movies for Crisis Core, where it's Angeal, Genesis, and Sephiroth doing a training thing, they jump all over the fucking place of a cannon.
And everyone likes that scene.
Yeah, everyone loves the scene, and they also fucking slice that cannon in half.
And that's in the game?
Yes.
Yeah.
You have a big ass hair too.
I think Advent Children came out before Crisis Core, though, didn't it?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah.
But
So
yeah.
I think people just accepted that 7's now anime.
Probably.
But even then, one of my favorite fight scenes, even though I haven't really played the games that much, I have the collection, so I should play the games, is from Devil May Cry 3. And I know it's not in the game itself, it's in the opening, but I like when Dante and Virgil are moving really fast and they're slicing at each other, but they're cutting the rain too.
Yeah.
So there's that one moment where there's no rain around them, and then like it stops for a second, like where they stop swinging blades, so then the rain just and continues, and I'm like,
No,
Hot damn, that got
there's a
me
fight. There's a fight that can top that. It's Devil May Cry 4 opening. Nero and Dante first fighting in the church. That battle, like in that one room, does so much.
I love that scene because right after Nero revs his sword, Dante confusingly grabs his
Yeah.
handle and goes.
Yeah, he tries to rev it.
No, I think that was more like a mock like that. Come on.
That was like
let's
a
go.
taunt, yeah.
Devil May-
Either way,
It's really funny.
Yeah, the Devil May Fry.
Dante's teenage years. With him at Burger King.
Devil May Fry. The Devil May Cry franchise. That's why I fucked
the
up.
Devil May Cry franchise.
The Devil May Cry franchise is just really fucking good with fight scenes.
It is, and especially character abilities, like such as Nero case, like bringing in a whole new concept of like devil arm, like just.
Oh yeah.
Well,
Yeah,
there's
the Devil
there's
Bringer.
that one thing in Bayonetta where like somebody shoots like bullets in like that straight line, but then she does witch time and like catches the bullets on her sword or something, then lays them out flat to show that she caught the fucking blades. Or am I thinking of something else?
You're thinking
Devil
of
May Cry.
like Devil May Cry.
It is.
Virgil
Yeah.
Does he do it with quick? No, Virgil.
Virgil
it.
does
Yeah,
it.
he
Yeah.
just-
There's another
just
scene
spins his
where
sword.
somebody shoots like a line of bullets at
That's-
Bayonetta and she does something cool. I need to look it up.
That sounds like a death
It's
battle
gonna
thing.
bother me.
Although Bayonetta though,
Is
at the
It
time,
kind of sounds like it.
like that.
No,
she,
what you described was Devil May Cry. It was in 3.
Damn.
Yeah, like the
Well,
second,
whoever does those fight scenes, because they belong to the same person. Like,
The
Yeah,
whole,
Devil-
the whole,
Devil May Cry
That's what
3's
you're
fight
describing,
scenes
Seth?
are great.
I see like that in Devil May Cry 3, like when Virgil and Dante are fighting.
Yeah,
again,
and he shoots Ebony and Ivory, and he catches it.
Yeah, he does that whirl, lines them up, and just
Yeah, and then slashes them back.
the
Yeah,
whole,
yeah, yeah.
the whole bullet thing too was from 4, where he's like,
did
Also-
I show you guys the two guys fighting with katanas in the movie thing, and they're like constantly
Yes,
shoving their
yes.
like.
I saw that
They're
on Twitter.
sheathing the
Yeah, they're
swords
sheathing
for
the
each other,
swords, yeah.
and like the whole fight scene, their swords aren't even out. They're just resheathing each other's
Yeah.
swords as they fight. I fucking that would be in a Devil May
It
Cry.
would
That
be,
would-
yeah.
that
If
would-
they had, if Dante had a sheath, yeah.
His sheath is his body, so Virgil
Yeah.
just has to keep
Yeah,
stabbing Dante.
that's right. That's what we
And then
established.
Yamato goes inside Dante. He's like, damn it. Fuck, stop. And then Virgil's like, no, this is too fun. And then he has both swords. He's just stabbing Dante.
Stabbing Dante. And fucking Trish and Lady walking. I was like, again.
again.
Okay, speaking of that, I'm kind of going back to death battle fights. What was y'all's take on Sephiroth versus Virgil fight?
I never watched it.
watched it.
Oh my god!
I think I dropped Death Battle after that.
If like it's a good fight and everything, but it ends up like, and this is for spoilers, like
It's
that's-
Sephiroth, isn't it?
Yeah,
Yeah, I think I saw that.
Why? What the fuck?
Meteor,
No.
Meteor.
like the
So?
can't-
Virgil
you can't
could
dodge that.
Supernova.
Virgil could slice through it.
He was damaged at that point.
Fuck off.
Yeah.
Supernova though. That's what cleaned
Are you
up.
kidding me? That's fucking stupid. Virgil would wipe the floor with Sephiroth.
He'll just go disappear for like 10 years, come back and want someone to take his arm back and then make a whole 5th game out of it.
Huh.
God, spoilers.
It's been a long...
It's not. That's not even a spoiler. That was in the fucking trailer.
That was in
Yeah,
the
that
trailer.
was in the trailer.
I just said Virgil. That was it.
Yeah, Virgil would fucking
We all
mop
knew
the
it was
floor.
Virgil.
We
all
it
knew
was a
it
good fight. Virgil held on to his end.
I wanted
Just
Virgil
like
to
that.
He wouldn't even really have to try. That's my thing. Virgil wouldn't have to try against
He's
Sephiroth.
got a long sword.
And
He's got a long devil
I-
sword.
if he didn't want to like even try even less, he would just go Devil Trigger from the beginning and just go super fucking fast.
He did go Devil Trigger for a moment.
And he still lost.
Yeah, because essentially he finished Devil Trigger against clones of Sephiroth, and then Sephiroth heals himself. He's like, witness your demise.
He wouldn't have time to heal himself. That's how fast Virgil is.
Well, if you look at the
I'm
battle,
getting upset. We need to
Getting
stop.
upset at like you
Quit-
know they're
Quit
wrong.
getting mad at video games.
My
We're
favorite...
getting mad at Death Battle. It's not their fault. They're morons.
that is true.
Another
It
favorite...
is, yeah.
Another favorite fighting scene is from Kingdom Hearts 358 Days, is where Rox is like, I'm gonna kick your ass, Riku. He's like, why do you have the key? He's like, shut up! And he gets knocked out.
Shut up.
And,
No,
like,
no,
Rox is
no.
like-
You're making
The
it
best-
sound like two
the
children
best-
are arguing over
Exactly.
The best battle
Two children are
was
Well, that's in the
Roxas
best battle.
and Sora in Kingdom
Well,
Hearts.
yeah, that
2.0.
was a cool battle too.
It was.
One of my favorite battle
Yeah.
What's your favorite battle?
when the babies fight on Gravity Falls.
Wait, what?
It's literally a fucking thing where Grunkle Stan is like channel surfing, and it's like UFC fighting. He's like, this is boring. And then it's like dogs fighting. This is boring. baby fights, and then it's like two babies sitting in a crib, and like some guy off screen pokes one of the babies, and so like the baby slaps the other baby and starts slapping, and then Grandpa Stan goes fight, like with cash in his hand.
No, I'll tell you what's even the best battle. Psyduck against Psyduck. One epic slap.
Metapod versus Metapod is better.
Yeah, this is
Come on.
the same thing.
The battle of the hard.
He's hardened. No,
Get
again.
hard, boys.
I'm still a little heated because of that fucking death battle
Yeah,
thing. Why'd you have to bring that up?
I just saw the clip.
Don't worry.
Anyways, Greninja versus Sceptile in the Pokemon
Oh.
Kalos region
Oh,
finals
yeah.
is killer.
Yes. That was an awesome fight.
It's really hard. It's really like heated to me because I know Sceptile was Ash's starter in Hoenn too. So
I really like
Ash
this-
should have been more prepared. Is all I'm saying.
I really like this picture.
Why didn't his Greninja have Ice Beam?
But Sobble should be crying tears of joy.
What do you mean?
Because like its whole thing is that it cries.
Yeah, but
so
no.
it should be crying tears of joy.
Too bad. That's what the artist did.
Well, the
Except
artist is
it-
wrong.
Well, he drew it.
What if you're wrong?
Oh.
What if you were defenseless?
That's a paradox,
Michael
Sam.
here.
Don't continue on it.
What if the tears are just very clear and you can't see them?
You know what? That could be it.
Yeah, that's how water works.
Goodbye, JoJo. Sorry.
Goodbye,
I
Joe.
fucking love that
Checkers.
clip. It's my favorite English out of the entire series.
Goodbye, JoJo.
Fucking scream. On that note, we are going to say goodbye and
Okay.
call this a wrap. So goodbye, everybody. Thank you for
Bye,
listening.
y'all.
Take care.
I'm gonna go play Pokemon.